Well, welcome back to SAFC Live. Unfortunately, Sunderland have been beaten on the road once again, Danny, and it was a frustrating second half, really, because Sunderland really got themselves back into it, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that's the frustration. Going in 1-0 down at the break, I think Watford did shade it in the first half. They had a good 15-20 minute spell where they controlled the game. We were starting to come back into it towards the end, and obviously Wilson had that strike. And then second half, you're saying, well, what's he going to be saying? Start the second half bright, get on the front foot, and it was exactly that. You go and get the early goal, and you could hear the crowd behind the goal. We're up, they were flat, quiet. Tom Cleverley's made a few changes, try and get them going. They didn't really get going at all, Watford, really. So that's the disappointing thing, and you're thinking, similar to down at Plymouth a few weeks ago when we get the equaliser, Romain scores down there, you think, right, we're going to kick on. And obviously we got beat there as well. So disappointing, and obviously in the manner in the goal really as well, not digging Dan out, but you're at that stage in the game, bar's on, he's fresh, he was a bit of a handful when he come on, and then it looked like a tired challenge from Dan there to give the penalty away, and obviously he's tucked it away, and that's that.
Obviously, it's all circumstantial, but do you think that if Sunderland didn't give away the penalty, there was a chance we could have actually gone on to get all 3 points at that stage?
Just even a minute or two before, I thought Tommy was bright. He was getting on the ball, driving into the box, and we were spending time around the edge of their box. They made changes. Tom Ince come on as well, but I did think Bar for them was the brightest one really. Yeah. A couple of step overs. He was strong, looked after the ball. But yeah, if you were saying to me if I was a betting man, I would have still gone for Sunderland to go on and get the winner there, where we haven't seen the stats yet, but good control in that second half. I would say we probably had 60% of the ball in the second half, or that's certainly what it felt like.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's have a look at the game then. Let's have a look back at the highlights from the game. And it was a tricky game to watch in the first half, wasn't it, Danny? There was no tempo to it, really, was there?
Yeah, well, certainly from our point of view, yeah. So, thinking back, I thought first 2-3 minutes, and I know it's only early in the game, but we're away from home, and it felt like we just settled in and we were controlling the game, and then all of a sudden that went away from us. And I wouldn't say Watford moved the ball with purpose. They just, in their setup, really just caused us problems with the width from the fullbacks, and we weren't sure how to deal with it. Who was going out to him when between Dennis and obviously Romain, and we'll get onto the goal as well, which was obviously an issue from that as well. But yeah, second half, it felt like they'd had a few words at half time. We come to terms with it. We pressed them a little bit higher, locked onto the centre backs, forced them to go a little bit more direct, and we regained possession. So yeah, that'll be the disappointing thing for Regis and the staff. Well, there's the goal now. So look, we can see possession high up the pitch. Look, and credit to them, they've got pace on the counter attack. So we've got bodies running back towards the goal now. And you see here now, what's it, 6-7 against 3 in our favour. Half chance for Watford, and you think we've taken care of it. Now organised. Have a look around you at what's happening. Keep your eye on the back post area now. Romain comes into the shot. You see there, Luke passes one on. He's got a man inside him. Job's got a man edge of the box as well, and just coming into look there.
Yep.
Romain, he's got himself back that far, and you just think look, good angle to see it from now. He's watching. Look, where's the danger? Don't worry about Sissoko. He's edge of the box. Job's got him, and then
just give a bit of presence. Yeah.
Presence, yeah. Just a little 5-yard jog. Get yourself back on your man. Look, there too late now. He realises ball's in the air. Listen, it's a decent finish on the half volley, but it's wing back to wing back, and I said that's start of the game. That's what's going to cause us problems, and it's come from those two, isn't it? The left wing back stands the ball up far post. We don't stop the cross, and it's there. And then from here, look, decent. No chance for Anthony Patterson. 2 bodies in front of him. Good controlled finish. And probably Watford did deserve it at that stage, if I'm honest. And then we came into it. Then it's almost as if we played with a little bit more freedom, really, which shouldn't have to be the case. We should be full of confidence going down to Watford. We're in a good position, second in the table. But I don't know. It just felt like something wasn't quite there with us today in terms of when we were on the ball, the way we moved it really, and then like organisation off the ball wasn't quite there today. But they'll learn from it. When you're coming up against 3-5-2 or different shapes, it's whose man it is, and you work on that Thursday, Fridays. And I'm sure they've done a little bit, but when you're out there, it was almost like they were not rabbits in the headlights, but we weren't sure. You could see one or two having a word with each other, arms waving. Well, you're going with him, you should be with him, and they weren't sure. But towards the end of the half now, I'm saying, can we get Wilson into the game a little bit more?
He looked dangerous, didn't he?
Well, when we got him into it, people are saying, well, he was quiet in the first half. Well, the reason he was quiet is because we didn't have enough of the ball. We didn't get him involved in the game enough. And credit to them as well. They obviously done their homework. Romain's been sharp this season, and they doubled up on him every time he was out there. And he got a little bit of joy in the first half. Didn't see enough of him in the second. But yeah, when we get into the second half in a minute, where we actually started bright, and it was just a ball down the channel. how often do we sit here and I say mix it up a little bit more, a ball down the channel, whether we'll see that one, I'm not sure. No, we haven't, because we're onto the goal now. So we're moving the ball across the back. You see Watford doing what we've done in the second half, sitting off, allowing us to step into their half, 10-15 yards. Ball goes out there, out to Patrick, little bit of an injection in pace, just enough to get past his man, feeds it across with the right foot.
Really good instinctive finish there.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your centre forward. So we see the one he had in the first half, just couldn't quite get there to get enough on it to steer it past the keeper. Well, that one there he does. Ogbonna probably thinks I'm in a great position, but he's flat-footed. Wilson's on the move, and it's just enough to get across him there, you see. And it's past Bond before he knows it. And then, what was that, 2-3 minutes into the second half? Yeah. And you're thinking out in front of the Sunderland fans, they're all up there now, and you're thinking you can feel the momentum shifting. And they did have one or two sort of moments, really, Watford, but I can't remember Anthony Patterson having too many saves to make in the second half. That's the annoyance of it, really. That one there, he feels he's got to come. Bayo just can't quite get enough on it, and they can't get it on target at the far post. But we had the only thing I'd say from our point of view, we had good possession. We had a few of these efforts from distance, and Dan Neil had one as well, which he fired over, didn't he? But we didn't have too many where we actually worked the goalkeeper, did we ourselves, really, in Bond. I think Romain has one where he cuts in similar to the area Job has, which we'll probably see in a second. This one now. See there, but it's comfortable, isn't it, really, for Bond? It's not right in the corner, it's a good firm save, and there's Dan Neil. So all three of those strikes are all pretty much from the same area on the pitch, aren't they? Blade of grass, really, from that side of the box. And then we had a couple of balls in, and Dennis there, yeah, he's actually in, isn't he, off the back of Pollock, but maybe just goes a little bit early with his run and gets under it. That one there, Romain just loses his footing, doesn't he? He has a little look at the ref, but no, see there, just staggers on it, and then he looks back, but no contact there. It's never been a penalty, but this one is. And then what he's done well there is, boys, listen, he's got fresh legs there. We're late into the game, 84 minutes or so. And then Dan, and what he does there, because Bar shifts it and it just gets away from him, it invites the challenge from Dan, split second, but it's just enough, isn't it? He thinks he can nick it, and unfortunately he doesn't get anything on it, and it is a penalty. So yeah, it's a blow, isn't it, end of the game. And it was Deli Bashir who stepped up, and casual one. I know Tommy was bright, and we know what Tommy's about. We've seen it with the 21s when he gets an opportunity into Dennis there, but we've seen a couple of runs from Tommy when he come off the bench. And then Anthony Patterson, yeah, that would have been some story, wouldn't it? Last minute equaliser, really, up from the back there. Just can't get enough power on it, and there perhaps want some in front of the goalkeeper just to flick it past him when he's there, but not our day again on the road. Disappointing, because I don't mind, sometimes if you get beat and you think, well, we were second best all over the pitch, but today I don't think Watford were any better than us, as weren't Plymouth, really. So we're in these games and we're coming out on the wrong side of them, away from home at this moment in time, but we're still second in the table, so a couple of good games coming up now back here at the stadium. Yeah,
it's going to be a busy week here at the Stadium of Light. Let's have a look around at the other results in the Championship this afternoon. There'll probably be some results from earlier today as well on there. Let's look at the ones this afternoon, though. So it was Hull City 4, Cardiff City 1, Leeds United 3, Coventry City 0, Middlesbrough 2, Stoke City 0, Millwall 3, Preston 1, Oxford 0, Burnley 0, Portsmouth 0, Sheffield United 0, and tomorrow we believe Swansea City against.
Just the one away win there as well. Norwich, look.
Yeah. Well. Let's have a look at the league table as it stands. And Sunderland missing out on an opportunity to go top, but they do still sit second. All the teams around them having played 7 points as well. They'll be there as well for the rest of the weekend, you'd expect. Okay then, any thoughts from around the world on the hashtags? I don't think there was many. We got one, I think. We've got time for just someone getting in touch. Away from Turkey, thanks Martin for getting in touch on your holidays. Of course, we are broadcasting around the world here on SAFC Live as usual. And we'll be back here on SAFC Live, and we'll be back on Tuesday. It's a busy week for Sunderland, busy week for the staff here at the Stadium of Light as well. It's because we play 2 games. We play first game on Tuesday against Derby County, then Friday night as well, Leeds United come to town. So it's going to be a busy week for Sunderland. Sunderland will bounce back. Remember, you can see all the reaction from the dugout as well. You can hear it first from Regis and a player as well on Sunderland's social media channels. And of course, if you're watching this, you may be able to see the full 90 by this point as well on Sunderland's YouTube channel. We'll see you next time here.